Feeling Alive by Sheterrian. Isabella goes to Samantha's office and sees that papers are scattered all over the floor. The desk has been rearranged and the file cabinet is open. She walks over to it to look for a specific file with her name on it. She looks in shock as she sees that the data file is missing. She throws the files all around, searching for a phone or anything she can find. Isabella finds the phone and sees that the phone is broken and smashed into pieces. Isabella searches through the office and investigates the bathroom and sees that the glass is shattered, leaking with blood. Isabella hears gunshots as the door opens. She slowly walks into the office. Hello? Who's there? She walks backwards to the front and sees a woman with red drips from her face with a brown, like bullet object in the center of her head. Isabella covers her mouth and sees that the doctor is looking. Long-headed Caucasian man pulls his hands over her mouth and pulls her into the office, shutting the door behind him. She screams into his hand. He puts her on the desk and pulls out a razor-sharp Bowie knife and cuts her clothes open, and she screams. Isabella sinks her teeth into his skin. He screams. She huffs him against the wall, and he gets and swings at her, misses, and she ducks. She finds a witch to punch her in the face. Isabella has drips of red falling from her mouth as she sits up and spits at him. Bitch, is that all you got? Isabella acknowledged. He swings his fist at her again. She dips and picks up a lamp and swings it at his head. She then kicks him against the wall, picks up pieces of the lamp, and asks him, where is she? Isabella hears the phone ringing and feels around his pants and shirt, finding the phone. Flips it open. All right, Malcolm, where is she? Name your terms. This ends now, Isabella says. If you want to see your friend again, come along or she dies. Isabella smashes the vase across his head, killing him. Isabella makes a call. Killer checks his pocket and sees his phone's ringing. Hello? He said, I have to go somewhere alone. Make a call and tell them to meet me at this abandoned house, please. If I don't answer back to you, just know that I thank you for saving me that day. She flips the device shut. Rumble, rumble, as he looks at his cellular and sees the address. Killer calls the police and meets at the address that she texted him. 911, what is your emergency? Listen, someone has been kidnapped and my friend is going to save her. Here's the address, and it's an abandoned house. The police trace the location, get in the squad cars. Isabella walked out of the building, grabs the key out of her pocket, inserts the key and turns on the car, puts it in gear, and drives past the speed limit. As the sun drips into darkness, Isabella pulls up in a dark, raggedy, rigged house with hay and rusty gates as she opens the car door and shuts it. Slowly walks to the open gates as she leads into the abandoned house. Isabella breathes in and out of the door slowly as she looks around and sees drips of blood around the wall. She hears her scream as she walks and sees a woman tied with a bag on her head. Isabella pulls the bag and sees Samantha as she rips off the tape off her mouth. Are you okay? I've been trying to find you. What happened? Samantha tilts her head at the men behind her. Look out! She turns as the palm of the man's hand printed on her face by Malcolm. Isabella drips red flowing from her mouth and coughs up blood. Malcolm puts himself on top of her and has his hands around her neck, putting pressure around her throat. Isabella holds his hand to pull him off as she breathes in and out. She slowly lifts her hand and forms a fist that is tightly squeezed and punches in the mouth as she pushes back and lifts her knee towards his groin as he groans. She knees him in the nuts, and Isabella and Malcolm fight to the death. Isabella grabs his face and punches her head towards his. He falls back, groans as he holds his head with drips of red leaking from his face. She looks and sees a stick made of wood and busts his head, knocking him out. Isabella gets Samantha untied and stays outside, and they hear the police show up. Go first. I'll finish this. Samantha runs out of the house, and Isabella walks as fast as lightning behind her. Samantha shouts out as Isabella sees drips of blood from her back with 2 headshots to the back of her head. No! Isabella, as the water searing through her eyes as they leak from her face, she looks in horror as Malcolm walks and grabs Isabella and points the gun at her neck. "Drop the gun," the cop said. Isabella elbows him in the stomach and fists that squeeze tightly and punches him in the face. Isabella walks like lightning, like speed. She feels as she's slowing down as her body slowly falls to the ground. Malcolm says, "If I can't be happy, neither can you." He feels blood dripping from her back as the cops go to check her. He hears her breathing and now feels like the wind is leaving her body. "Call medical right." Malcolm lifts his gun at the cops and the cop shoots him left and right till the police heard no more clicks of their bullets. Malcolm is laying down with crimson red drips as he rests in eternal sleep. Isabella is then rushed to the hospital and is on the verge of death, but dies for a few minutes and is brought back to life. 3 months later, she visits Samantha's grave, placing red petals on her grave as water slowly falls down her face. Isabella, with tears in her eyes, looked in the sky. This is what it means to feel alive.